A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Alhamdulillah wassalatu wassalamu ala khatimil anbiya. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. This is our 14th discussion in the module that relates with professional ethics and morality. This will be focusing essentially on what kind of challenges we are facing as a Muslim Ummah and what has to be the role of universities and particularly teachers in responding to these challenges. You have earlier shared with me in areas which are very much crucial to any institution. We talked about professional ethics in the East and the West. We talked about Islamic principles, universal values. We talked about values and role of ethics and morality in personal life, in social life, economic life, and so on and so forth. And now we are trying to conclude this whole module with a very thought-provoking discussion, and quite often we talk about that in our individual capacities, but I want to have a collective discussion, interactive discussion in this forum where I have my colleagues, teachers participating. And I always said I would like to see your disagreements and your questions more than what I am saying. We are constrained by time today, and I will try to cover these areas as quickly as possible. First and foremost, I believe there are 5 major external challenges. In those, the first one is that of globalization of economy, education and culture. Globalization is a very deceptive terminology. It gives you an idea that the world has become a village, that we have global reach, connectivity, we have IT that has made geographic territories irrelevant and so on and so forth. In economic terms, you are told it is no more relevant to have paper currency. Now you have plastic currency and beyond that digital currency now. And similarly, we are told that education is not a matter of what do you teach in Pakistan or in Sri Lanka or in Jordan, but whatever is taught in Harvard or Princeton or Oxford or San Diego, that is the real education. So, in the name of so-called standards of education, so-called quality of education, those institutions which are offering whatever concept those are to be adopted, and therefore you find that Coursera and many other online facilities are available globally. So, a global intellectual colonialism is being forced in the name of globalization, which quite often the so-called developing countries welcome, because they are used to welcome second-hand ideas, second-hand dress, second-hand shoes, second-hand cosmetics. The second challenge that I see is the so-called process of democratization. This term has been used for last over 100 years, where we hear liberal democracy, where we hear secular democracy, where we hear human rights, where we hear rights of the people, equality of gender and so on and so forth. And all those concepts have emerged in European mindset or in North American mindset. The idea is, in the name of democracy, reach out the globe, tell them you must follow our system of democracy, and by that control their political, economic, social environment. Therefore, bring those persons whom you like as heads of states, and for that matter, it is not a secret, it is known to every individual that regime change is an integral part of so-called democratization. I do not know from where this divine right of regime change has been acquired, who has given this right to certain powers, that wherever they feel the authority in the country is not to their liking, they in the name of regime change go and use their bombers, use their political influence, everything, military power, to ultimately bring people on top which they like.